my friend, and welcome to the study. Today, I thought I would do something a little differently and show you this little corner of the study. You can see some of the things that you've probably already seen in some videos you might remember. And this is one of the shelves that I put some paperback books on, and as they're quite short, I've turned them sideways, and that way I can fit more on this little shelf here. Do you remember some of these things? I'm often asked in the outside world as well as online how I manage my time, making videos and all of the other things that I do. So I thought today I would show you some of my strategies, and we can also relax together. So, I've got some tea, so we can make a nice cup of tea together. Some nice, relaxing tea. And I've got a selection here of green tea. They're from Damonfrère in France, and they're one of my favorite tea brands because they have very nice aroma and lovely blends. And the leaves are usually very whole. When they've been dried, they haven't been crunched up. So, let's pick a nice, relaxing blend. Nuit à Versailles. Sounds very nice, doesn't it? Gives us an image of that beautiful palace in Versailles and the fountains and the water playing in the fountains and all of the beautiful neoclassical architecture and statues as the moonlight reflects off of their visages and the night settles over the woods where the foxes are wandering around on their nightly errands. I'll open this. And there you can see there's some beautiful green tea leaves and flower petals for flavor an aroma. And it smells so nice. We'll make a cup. So I've got some hot water here just for the study. And there's a nice cup. A very aromatic, fragranced green tea. I'll set that up here so we can smell the lovely fragrance coming down. Now, one of the ways that I keep my schedule in order and stay stress-free is to make sure that I'm well organized and have enough time for each task or each project, each thing that needs to be done. And so I use a diary, what we call a diary in Australia, the UK, or in the US it would be an agenda or calendar. So it has one day per page on this one, so that I can have it open on the desk and always look at the things that I have to do that day, what time a meeting is or something like that, an appointment. And that way, every day, I know what things are there. And I find it very useful to take an hour at least once a week at a set time and organize the week ahead. Make sure I know what's happening, what projects need to be addressed, what appointments and meetings there are, and I make sure that I have enough time to prepare for them and to travel, if travel's involved. And that way nothing is rushed. And I find that if I know enough ahead of time what to expect, and I've prepared well, I've set aside time to prepare for whatever it is, that I'm much less stressed and much more able to deal with anything that comes up that's not on the schedule, some surprises, inevitable schedule changes, things like that. So those are my key organizational strategies, that and making sure that I prioritize things. If I have some extra time and I feel productive, there are things I can work on, what's more important, what absolutely has to be done. A project that requires several weeks or months to complete, I break it down into different sections. And I'm always using sticky notes. And as you see, washi tape, because it's very important to be able to find everything, to find what you're looking for. I think there's a lot of time wasted when, for example, I'll think, where is that thing? I had an idea the other day, what did I do with it? And spend a lot of time looking for this or chasing up that. So I want to reduce that amount of time that's spent just looking for something and actually more time addressing it. So for that, I actually keep a lot of notebooks, and that's one way that I compartmentalize things. And there are several of my most active notebooks at the moment. Some of them have lasted for years because they're an ongoing project. Some of them are more or less disposable. I have a lot of these ones that some of them I made myself. Some of them were gifts, and I find them very useful because I can stuff them with different things, different little bits and pieces. There, little things there, and ideas. So oftentimes I will keep notebooks for certain things. So this one, for example, is one of these little books that I draw in, put little ideas and sketchy things, pictures. So that's ideas for a particular project. This one is another project I'm doing with some texts. This one you've probably seen before. Very worn and consulted. Used this so much over the years. It's my Latin notes and grammar, little bits and pieces of Latin that I've collated over the years just for my own personal use, so I can reference that. This one, some more sort of creative type ideas I've got in there. Different things I've collected. You might recognize some of that. Yeah, there. Pieces of paper. Things like that. So different projects for that. Also, I always keep a notepad. So just for writing all kinds of notes. Right. So I keep scrap paper and notepads that I'm writing notes on. And at some point during the week, or maybe during my little organizational hour, I can take some of the notes from those scrap papers and put them with whatever project or task they belong with, or if it's something that needed to be done, or a telephone conversation, I can make sure that it's in the diary, in the calendar. I can tick it off. I can add some tasks to whatever it is that needs to be completed. And those little pieces of paper I can just throw away. Those are just temporary. And I organize those things in folders. So I love to use these paper folders. And I'm trying very hard to come away from plastics in every part of life, really. But I know there's a lot of plastics being used for offices and things, so the more recyclable and eco-friendly I can be, the better. It's not always possible to be 100%, but one tries, and I think awareness is really good. So yeah, these are my folders that I keep things in papers. So everything has a place, and that way I know where to find it, where to find this idea, that project. And that way I waste less time searching for things or reorganizing something when I have time to do a certain thing. I can pick up everything that involves. I pick up my notes that I left the last time I worked on it, and I can start from my last productive time with that instead of spending time familiarizing myself with it. So that helps quite a lot. So if you've been with me in this study for any length of time, you know that I have lots and lots of interests, and I do a lot of different things, lots of diverse things, which I think is fun and that I like to share with you. So not only literature, books, Pokemon, of course, Tintin. We've built several models together, history, lots of sailing, surfing. I've even got a huge folder with all the sailing information in it that I've collated, very similar to my Latin one, that although I can find those things in books and references, it helps me to write down in my own mind's eye what it is I need to remember, what it is I want to remember, maybe something I've done that is an example of something I want to show someone else or keep and reference later. So I find it very helpful to keep all of my ideas in little notebooks and write them down. And some of the notebooks, when I finish them, I don't need them anymore. And some of them I keep for longer. And we shouldn't forget the importance of tea. Tea is a wonderful, wonderful de-stressor, because once you pour a cup of tea, you have to slow down. You can't drink it quickly. And if it's a very nice smelling tea, the fragrance can really be calming and soothing and comforting. So drinking a nice cup of tea and just feeling the warmth helps me look around and stop focusing on the one thing, possibly just take my focus away from that for a moment and look out the window at the beautiful natural world, see what the creatures are doing, look around, see what's on the shelf. Maybe just observe the world around me and take a deep breath, smelling this wonderful tea, thinking about how nice it is, how lovely it is to be here with you in the study, sharing some of our favorite things together. Another thing that helps me de-stress is essential oils. I saved this box because I really like the label here, de-stress, and it tells about the 3 oils, the blends of essential oils there. I did take the inside of the box out because it was a bit fiddly, but now you can hear the oils in the box. This is from a company called Tisserand. It reminds me of the song I don't know if you've heard Yves Tutay. He sang a song called Tisserand. So there's that box there. And we have Total De-Stress, Inner Harmony, and Mind Clear. And these are roller balls, so you can put them on your hand, on your temples, on your neck, so you can smell the lovely fragrance, the calming oils as the heat from your body rises. Or on your hand when you're working, you can smell these lovely oils. And when you open the box, it says, "Goodbye, stress." Struggling through those trying moments, take a breather and enjoy some calm with these de-stressing pulse point roller balls. So the Mind Clear is a blend of peppermint, lavender, and lemon. Helps you clear your mind and find clarity when cluttered thoughts appear. This one is Inner Harmony, a blend of frankincense and geranium to bring a sense of balance and contentment when you finally catch a me moment. And Total De-Stress, geranium, orange, and nutmeg to help you slow things down and breathe when it all gets a little too much. So those are a lovely way to help you get through the day, stay calm and serene and not stressed. And those always help me get all of the things done that I like to do without being too stressed about it. Another thing I do if I need to stop, refocus, and de-stress is meditate. And I have a lovely poem, beautifully written poem that I will read to you. And it helps me to refocus and keep all of those little brain cells nicely functioning in harmony. It's called The Psalm Concerning the Castle and is written by Denise Levertov. Let me be at the place of the castle. Let the castle be within me. Let it rise 4 square from the moat's ring. Let the moat's waters reflect green plumage of ducks. Let the shells of swimming turtles break the surface or be seen through the rippling depths. Let the horseman be stationed at the rim of it, and a dog, always alert, on the brink of sleep. Let the space under the first story be dark. Let the water lap the stone posts, and vivid green slime glimmer upon them. Let a boat be kept there. Let the caryatids of the second story be bears, upheld on beams that are dragons. On the parapet of the central room, let there be 4 archers looking off to the 4 horizons. Within, let the prince be at home. Let him sit in deep thought, at peace, all the windows open to the loggias. Let the young queen sit above, in the cool air, her child in her arms. Let her look with joy at the great circle, the pilgrim shadows, the work of the sun, and the play of the wind. Let her walk to and fro. Let the columns uphold the roof. Let the stories uphold the columns. Let there be dark space below the lowest floor. Let the castle rise 4 square out of the moat. Let the moat be a ring and the water deep. Let the guardians guard it. Let there be wide lands around it. Let that country where it stands be within me. Let me be where it is. And so, my friend, I hope you too can have a stress-free week this week, and that some of the things that I do can help you as well. When you've worked hard and are very busy, it's often hard to remember to take time out for yourself. But it's very important, because you really deserve your best love. Have a beautiful, beautiful, calming sleep. Good night, my